So according to YouTube, it's been well over a year now since I last did a video on this project. And to be quite honest, it's been the good part of a year since I've really done anything with it at all. Main reason being I kind of just lost interest in it, didn't have a whole lot of ambition to do that much. But recently decided that I wanted to get back to work on this. And although I haven't done a whole lot as of late, there have been some little updates and changes with this project that have happened within the last year. Something I want to talk about real quick with the fire station is this is not the same one that I showed in the last video, because this is actually an assembled kit that I got from friend and fellow YouTuber Terrence the Tractor 525. What happened was last year during our meetup, he gave me a box full of various model railroad buildings that were just given to him, and he told me to go through, basically pick out what I wanted, and I could do whatever with the rest of them, which I found a few buildings I decided to keep and donated the rest of them to other people. But this fire station was one of the buildings in that box, and what I really like about this one is I believe it's a later Plasticville fire station because the details look a little better and it does not have the Plasticville Fire Department text on top here. My main issue with that is, one, I didn't want it, and two, to remove it, I felt I would probably mess up the patent in this building. So the fact that it's not here, I'm really happy about that. As for the engine company and ladder company, I can either leave those or maybe cover them up somehow. I'm not too worried. But I do want to make some other changes to this building in time. And I also want to mention too that I do have the roof that goes on this. I just didn't put it on. And there was also a couple, well, there was a fire engine and a ladder truck that came with this as well. They were not that great, not highly detailed or anything, all plastic. Got rid of them. But yeah, I gotta say, I'm really happy to have this fire station here. A lot better than the other one I had, and I mean, for the price basically being nothing, I can't complain. One big change you may have noticed is I started taking up the turf where the field used to be, and there's still a little more work that needs to be done with that. But I've somewhat laid out how I want the fire station setup to look. Of course, the station's going to go right here. Going to have a driveway in front of that leading out to the road. I may put a small sidewalk there where the door is. And then over here is going to be the parking lot. And I think I've got this laid out right. I want 5 cars, 5 parking spaces on this side, and then probably 3 parking spaces on that side. The parking lot will come out here to the road. And as for this triangle in the corner here, not really sure if I can do much with that, so I may just put grass back down. But overall, I think this is basically the setup that I'm going for. Something I need to do with the fire station is install a raised floor. And normally I don't put floors in my buildings. Usually the tabletop is the floor. However, this fire station has this lip at the front, which is raised at the back. And originally I thought of just removing that, although once I do so, that makes these doors too short. And I think the easiest option really is to just get some material that's the same thickness as that lip and go ahead and raise up the floor. Another thing I have to take into consideration is that modern fire trucks will not fit in this fire station with how short it is. So I'm going to have to look for older models. The one I have in there right now is a 1960s fire truck, and you can see that just fits into the station. So what I want to do now is just start marking out in this area where things are going to go and see if I'm happy with that before I commit to anything. Alright, I've somewhat traced out where things are going to go. In front of the fire station, you can see I've got the driveway here. I'm still thinking about what I want for the sidewalk, so no idea with that at this time. But there will be a patch of grass here, and there will be another patch right here, and you can see how the entrance into the parking lot is supposed to look. On this side, there will be 5 parking spaces. Then on this side, there will be 3 parking spaces. And I might just extend the parking lot clear back to the fence for the salvage yard. Again, this triangle, I don't think I'm going to be doing anything but putting grass down there. I don't know, I might change my mind. But yeah, that's just a rough idea of how I want things to be. Main thing right now is I'm just trying to get an idea of measurements and such, because I've still got turf to remove, and all this will need squared up still. Main thing is just get a rough idea what everything's going to be, so that it'll make things a little bit easier when I go to start on this project. So I think I'm going to end the video here, and in the meantime I'll finish getting the rest of the old turf off and finalize my plans, make a final decision, and mark out where things are going to go. And hopefully next time I can go ahead and start putting some new turf down, maybe even work on the parking lot. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. I'll have another update on this project for you guys here soon. I promise it's not going to be another year from now like last time. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit.